Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix, of Sileo, Tales of a New Dawn. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. And if you want to support the people that make this game, and or get the newest version earlier, then you can go to their Patreon for $5 a month. And I think it's like maybe 55, 59 a year. If you do the yearly thing, I always do that because, you know, cheaper. Anyways, on the last Let's Play, we went to Ty's place. We had a quite large underground gym, and we learned, fine techniques, did some exercise, and then came back, at which point Diego decided that, it's drinky day today, again. And my character's like, hey man, you drink a lot, and not for the best reasons. At which point he kind of blew up on us. We had a tearful exchange. He left the house, came back, after he sobered up, apologized, and he said, yeah, I really wanted to ask you out all those years ago, and I thought I was a happy drunk, but guess not. And we kind of had a heart-to-heart. He poured all the booze down the drain, and now it's day 10. How many days are there in this game? I think it's like 20. Anyways, let's make sure our face is in the correct position. And start. As with mornings prior, Diego and I were sharing breakfast in preparation for the day ahead. We were both scheduled to work a short shift for Ty during the evening, but had the rest of the day to spend as he saw fit. Reflecting on days past, our morning meals had taken on something of a new meaning. When previously it felt like a ritualistic obligation, being someone who usually skipped breakfast, I now found these moments precious and peaceful. Diego had made my breakfast burger recipe once more, but this time had doubled up on the hash browns. It made the burgers somewhat unwieldy, but I didn't mind. They were extra delicious. Man, these are some perfect hangover. These are the perfect hangover fuel. It's a shame I didn't make these sooner. So, you're still committed to giving up the drink? Yeah, I am. I mean what I said. If it's at risk of something more important to me, I'd rather do without. Don't drink, kids. I'm glad. You can still have an odd drink here and there, though. Nah, one sip, and I know I want the whole bottle. Same, dude. This is just how it has to be. I feel bad about it, though. I hope this isn't too big of a commitment. You kidding? I get something much better out of it. Your tail hole. I hope you know that it isn't a condition for, us. Us, huh? I like the sound of that. Trust me, okay? I can manage. I know I can. Besides, I can't say I'll miss the hangovers. Me neither. What about the withdrawals? Do you think that will be a problem? I doubt it. I've only been drinking, like that, for a month or so. I was drinking before the breakup, but it got a lot worse after. I think I'll be fine, and if I'm not, I'll have you look after me, right? Right. What are alcohol withdrawals? I don't know. Maybe at some point I might have felt something like that, because there were some times where I was drinking a bit more heavily, but still it's like, I don't want to think about it. I took the final bite of my burger before resting a plate on the table. Diego had already finished his. Oh. Diego leaned forward and rummaged through a pile of papers stacked on the very same table, pulling out a sealed letter. This arrived this morning. The letter was addressed to Diego from the Woodcrest Combat Tournament Committee. He ripped open the envelope and revealed its contents, being a typed letter with a card attached. The card seemed awfully familiar. Weren't they part of what Lucas had been working on the day before? Dear Diego, you're pleased to confirm your participation in the annual Woodcrest combat tournament. The card attached will explain the tournament progression and reveal your first opponent. Meh. Diego screwed up both the letter and the card without reading any further. I mean, it is. Do they tell you who you're gonna fight ahead of time? Like, I know, like, big tournament stuff, like, I don't know, boxing they would, but it's like, that seems like important information. Or who you might, want to think about your strategery. Hey, aren't you gonna check who your opponent is? Nah, all it gives is the name anyway. What good is that to me? Besides, I know the tournament's progression. First round is the heats, then quarters, then semis, then the final. I did compete last year after all. If you say so. It's fine. Doesn't matter what their name is. I'm gonna kick their ass either way. Well, at some point I know he's gonna have to fight Kyrex. I wonder how this game plays out if he did fuck Kyrex. Well, you're certainly not lacking confidence. Well, this year I have something to fight for. Ooh. Oh, really? And what would that be? You, of course. What? Do you think I'm gonna run away if you lose? What? No, I mean, you know what I mean. I guess. Oh, hey, by the way, I just wanted to ask. Yeah? Just, how much did Ty tell you? Like, I know he lets you in on some stuff, but how much did you know exactly? About the drinking, about the relationship? Oh, the night I subbed in for your work, we sat down in that chat. I think the two of you had talked already that day, right? That's right. Well, he knew that you were interested, but also conflicted. He took a guess that I was interested as well. Maybe not, in our relationship. One sec, I need to do something. Sorry, all of a sudden, upper respiratory stuff was like, hey, we're gonna not be good. I feel like I might be sick, or it could be the weather. Maybe not a guess. Maybe not a guess, I guess. He's good at figuring people out, so maybe he already sort of knew. But he asked me straight up if I was interested in you. I told him I was, and he gave me a vague background on what you'd been through. He didn't name names or get too specific. He just kind of said you'd been through a bad breakup and gave me a bit of info on what went down. He told me you were feeling conflicted about your feelings, and that it was all quite raw. Still quite raw. I see. I think he just wanted to prepare me for what I might be walking into, so I wouldn't inadvertently make things worse. Was it helpful? It was. I guess I can let it slide then. I mean, it all worked out for the best, right? Yeah, it did. I suppose he made the call knowing what he knew. Sort of bent the rules to try to get the best possible result, or something. Still though, he's awfully good at sharing secrets when he thinks he needs to, and keeping them when he thinks it's for the best. It just makes me wonder, I believe he has the best intentions, but can I really trust him? What do you mean? Like, if he knew something I'd want to know about, but thought it was better not telling me, what do you think he'd do? These are the decisions. Like, can the priests, or pastors like Protestant, can a priest open up the confessional thingamajigger? There's been quite a few of that in, media stuff. Like, there's Father Brown, there's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Season Stone Ocean or whatever, there's Kingdom Come Deliverance. At least in that one, he's like, and I'll tell you to help the people. Ah, lovely. Sparkles. as though it were new. Sparkles though it were new. I had not long opened the doors for the morning, and in the absence of customers, made a point to clean behind the counter most meticulously. Having shined the taps, shined? Yeah. I moved to the liquor cabinet, emptying it, facing all the labels forward, ensuring each bottle lined up perfectly with the next. After all, what would a classy establishment be without top-notch presentation? As I was placing the finishing touches on the liquor, I heard the entry bell sound. At last, a customer. I promptly spun around to greet them. Welcome to Ty's Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure that this guy's gonna be coming in. Though, I wonder what's the deal. I'm guessing that he actually read it, and the first person he's gonna fight is our boy Friendo. Or maybe he's just here to throw what's his name off. Diego. Sorry. This is like our boyfriend's whatever his name is. A customer perhaps, but not the one I was so inclined to welcome. We're gonna finish that sentence? I suppose I'm not. If you're here for Diego, I'm afraid he's not present. I figured. Truth is, I was actually hoping to talk to you. Me? Yep. So, I'm sure you knew no placements were announced this morning. Indeed. And who do I see but Diego on the bill, sponsored by none other than this very bar. Right you are. I am a little surprised you ain't competing, having Diego fight in your stead. I felt the opportunity would serve better in his hands than mine. Well, I suppose that ain't a bad response. Truthfully though, I was hoping I'd get to fight him myself. I don't know how to explain it. I guess I felt as though we've got something of a score to settle, as bad as that might sound. Now I know you know the organizer. I was hoping he'd put in a word for me, get some things rearranged. Catch my drift? I'm afraid that will not be possible. Oh, I'm sure it would be. You just don't wanna. You just. Now, meant rearranged, he means like so that these two would find the first thing? Yeah, I guess. And what if you're right? Huh. You're a staunch one, Ty. I kinda respect that, if I'm honest. Well then, I have another request for ye. On one ye might find a little more palatable. And what might that be? You see, I worked it out. It's possible we'd still get to fight, but only if Diego can meet me in the finals. And what makes you think you'll get that far yourself? You kiddin'? I'm last year's champ. I ain't worried in the slightest. If anything, I'm worried for Diego's sake. Worried he won't make it that far. So, do me a favor, would ye? Help him as best he can. See to it that he makes it. See to it that he can finally settle that score. Think ye can do that? That's my request. I know it aligns with what you're going for. I'm a pirate. At least consider it. I'd appreciate it. Nothing left to say. Alright, I've made my peace, and I'll leave ye to catch it. Catch ye next time. With that, he turned tail and made a long overdue departure from the premises. Oh dear. Oh. Wait. Where? Back up a bit. Oh, for a second there I thought it was we were there to do it, but I guess since it's his portrait and his color, that was, Ty. So, what do you think? Oh yeah, what are our time? Okay. Don't really know. I think it'd be situational at least. If not telling... Oh. I just caught it. It's like, oh, this is the thing where it's like, well, does Diego want to know and Ty think it's best not to know? If not telling you would achieve better results at the logger, I think that's what he'd choose. It's almost as though it's some kind of game to him. I don't think that's completely true, nor entirely false. He's strategic, sure, but he's doing it for the right reasons at least. Yeah, as much as I appreciate all the help he's given me, I don't quite know if I can trust him fully. Ty? You seem very... what is the word? Suspicious? Untrusting of a person that's been just completely chill. Like, and maybe not chill, but like completely great? There's a word for it, but it's not coming to mind. That's understandable. Anyway, first heat is only a few days away. I've got to train, or we've got to train. Right, what's the plan? Well, if any of my rivals fight like Ty, I'm gonna have my work cut out for me. I think focusing on my stamina is a good goal for today. Diego was evidently rubbing off on me, considering where my mind went. I swear I can read. I could think of one way we could train his stamina. So, how about a run? Yeah, let's do it. Huh? You're acting all weird all of a sudden. It's nothing. Shall we get prepared? Yep. The clothes I was already wearing were perfectly suitable to run, as were Diego's. Our process of getting ready turned out a little more than putting our shoes on. Turned out to be a little more than putting our shoes on. As I was tying my laces, my phone began to ring. Oh boy. I pulled out my phone. Lucas was calling. As tempted as I was to let the call ring out, in hope of avoiding work, I decided against it and answered. Hey Lucas, what's up? Morning, I have a question for you. Do you like balls? Yeah, what is it? Are you any good with printers? If you're asking if I can fix the one you smashed yesterday, you'd be out of luck. No, that's in the dumps already. Useless thing. Hey, you should recycle it. There's like metals and plastics and stuff in there. Maybe even lead, I don't know. I mean, the new one turned up today, but I can't get the damn thing to work. Oh, well Diego and I are heading out for a run now. If you don't mind us being sweaty, we can stop along the way and take a look. Please, if you could, be extra sweaty. Alright, we won't be too long. I appreciate it, thank you. See you soon. So, where are we going? Lucas can't get his new printer working. He was asking if we could help. Man, I ain't no computer nerd. It's alright. Lucas has the technological literacy of a starfish. I'm pretty sure it's something simple. At least we can take a look. Well, if you say so. Shall we? Yep, let's go. Is that? Okay, that's in-game music. Before long, we'd run all the way to Lucas's office, where he was waiting for us. Ah, you made it. Good. Come with me. Lucas led us to the new printer, a model eerily resembling the old one, I bet with a new paint job. Interesting choice. We've got the thing all set up, I think. I followed the manual, but when I try to print, nothing happens. I have to say, printers, they seem to be oddly like a pain in the arse to do sometimes, because they'll be like, I see the printer, I print. Nope, printer's offline. I go to the printer, printer's on. I try again, but the way I fixed that one was turn it off and turn it on again. That's when it worked. Then there's also sometimes it's like, this is the HP scan printer. And it's like, okay, I download their app to scan the things. Like, it doesn't work. We can't find the printers. Like, okay, let's do Microsoft's or Windows's scan app. And that seems to work for some reason. a huge pain in the ass sometimes. It's like, why are printers so poorly just done? Have you tried turning it off and on again? Diego, I doubt that's the issue. Oh, it worked. I have, many times. My first thought was that perhaps he had not connected the Ethernet cable, while the printer no doubt had Wi-Fi. For our purposes, connecting it directly would be the best move. Checking the side, however, I found the cable firmly attached. So far so good. I then switched on the display and checked the status. No network connection. Well, that's telling. Looks like it can't connect to the network. Why? I plugged it in. I wonder. It struck me that perhaps the network required some special settings to connect to. This wouldn't be out of the ordinary for a business connection. Oh yeah, when trying, I'm not sure if it's a printer or something like that, when it's like, or maybe it was a television, where it was like, do you connect to the IVPQ or the 43MY settings? Like, what are these security setting connections? It's this Wi-Fi and this password for the Wi-Fi. Do you have, like, a book containing your network settings? I can look. What are you thinking? Business networks often have specific settings you need to put in before you can connect to them, like this. I figure the cable is the same as the old printer was connected to, so it's likely an issue on this end. Who knew you were such a nerd? I mean you. Wait, I mean you? We went to the university together. I know. I'm just kidding. Here, might be in here somewhere. Lucas handed me a black notebook. Opening it up, I found various different notes in handwriting, different to Lucas. No doubt left for him by whoever set up the network in the first place. Flicking through, I found the entry labeled Settings for Communal Area Printer. Perfect. Open up the appropriate menu and down in the settings into the printer before confirming. All of a sudden, the printer sprang to life, picking up the queue of unprinted jobs dating back to the prior day. I picked up the stack and began flipping through the pages. There were several copies, flyers we had been working on the day before, various different text-based pages, and probably a butt. What is this? Okay, for a second there it took me a while. I was like, wait, that doesn't seem characteristic of him, but then I see that his face is poorly photoshopped on there. I feel like I have to blur that out, even though it's completely covered over. I held in my head a clearly doctored photo of Lucas's head on some other bull's body. The note on the photo read, "Can't wait. Love, Eric, XOXO." And Eric's the rat guy? He's dead. Diego, curious about my silence, wandered around behind me and then looked over my shoulder. Diego struggled to hold back his laughter. I was more bewildered myself. What is it? Neither of us responded, prompting Lucas to follow Diego's lead. Eric? I'm gonna kick his ass when I next see him. Nice underwear. That's on me. Mine don't have that star on them. You mean you have one? What? No, I just... Lucas grabbed the print from my hand and tore it to pieces. The fragments of the one's majestic image littering the floor surrounding his hooves. So, wait, does this mean you two are... No, we are not. He just loves pissing me off. He must have queued it up yesterday while the printer wasn't working to fuck with me. Huh. How long did he even spend making that? Lucas let out an almighty sigh. Well, on the bright side, the printer clearly works. Thank you. You're welcome. What are you two doing after this? Huh? Oh, well, we're out for a run. We'll probably just continue that. I want to repay you for your help somehow. I appreciate you coming in like this. If I'm honest, this was already worth it. Oh, I take it you don't want me to buy you lunch then? Well, wait, free lunch? Evidently, Lucas said the magic words. We'd love that. Alright, Adrian? Alright, Adrian? Click. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Alright, where do you want to eat? Buffet. Buffet, it is. Shall we go? Or buffet it is. Wait, do I get a say in this? Buffet. I guess we're getting buffet. Are we in time? Now, I feel like this could go quickly. Like, if you have the choice, this is either going to go quickly or it's not going to go quickly. Either way, it's like, well, we're kind of close to time-ish, like 4 minutes away, a bit less than that, so it's probably best to call it. Do we have it? Oh, right, it says the chosen route. I wish all games did that. Like, this is great right here, because it has the save number, date that you saved it, game version, your name, date, who you date. Like, that helps you alone organize and stuff, you know? Because, like, sorry to put, it was shade on other ones, but it's like, you do a save, like, oh, let's bring up one that I do like, but how would that work anyways? Okay, so it just use the first one, because like, well, and you could probably tell which one it is by the music. When I look at the load, it's the image and the date, and it's like, well, that doesn't tell me much. What about the other ones? Now this is a newer version, should tell you lots of things. Yeah, image and time you saved it. This is credit to team. It just makes doing all this stuff a lot easier. Though I guess if you're not doing Let's Plays and just playing the game, this information might be a bit superfluous, But to me, it's helpful. Anyways, thank you for watching, and until next time, on another Let's Play by me, GamerWolfSix of Sileo, Tales of New Dawn. And before I forget, if you're interested in playing this game, free on itch.io, and if you want to support them and or get the newest version earlier, Patreon. Pretty sure it's $5 woes. Didgeridoos. And yeah, thanks and see you.